think this is the first video I've made in the daytime. All my videos are shot during the night. Before this starts, I want to say thank you guys so much for all the love and support and the numbers of the views that you guys are racking up. It's insane. I had like 17 subscribers like just a couple months ago, and now I'm at like 273. Some crazy numbers, and I want to say thank you guys with a little treat. I have over 100 codes and serial activation keys for you guys to unlock your own plugins, including some of the plugins that I use right here, all from GeForce. Some of these plugins include the bass station, the Access, the DMX, one of the greatest 80s drum samplers, the Lynn drum, which is renamed as the Icon drum, the Oddity 3, Mini Monster 2, which I use quite often, OB Easy, the OBX, Mtron IV65, I don't know, I can't read Roman numerals. To get these codes, simple little activity side quest that you guys have to do, just go over to Instagram, type in banana juice, because that's kind of my Instagram name. You guys don't have to follow or like my recent post or anything. You guys just have to send me a DM saying, may I please get that code, twin? And I'll be like, sure man, take this code. And I'll be obviously, thank you guys, of course. To put that code and activate your own plugin, go to Google, type in the plugin that you want. Here are the list of the ones that you can get, and many more. Go onto the site, download the demo for either PC or Mac, whichever one you guys have, install it, open up your DAW, open up the plugin inside of the DAW. There it should show the little box. Copy and paste the key into and register it, and it should be all yours for free for you guys. Free for you guys. $3.99. Now with that out of the way, thank you guys so much for the support, and let's hop into the video. DARKWAVE. I released another DARKWAVE video just a couple months ago, I think a year ago, I'm not exactly too sure, but it blew up. That is my most popular video today, with high ranking views and a lot of comments saying to make another one. A lot of DARKWAVE artists out there, such as Mareux, Akiaura, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. If you're watching this, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Ultrasunn, and a lot more other artists. So we're going to be grabbing a little chunks of each one of those songs to create our own. Let's get into it, starting off with the amazing bass. Now with the bass, nothing too crazy going on with the bass. The first layer is being used by SEM, GeForce SEM, one of the plugins that you guys can get for free using the codes provided by me, and the preset is In the Deep. Now it is layered with a bass station, which is right here. You guys see the little tal chorus right there, which is just the effects that's going on. Brass note funk preset going on with the bass station, another one that you guys can get for free. So yeah, it's kind of carrying more of the higher ends to complement the lower ends of the SEM. It really changes with the chorus of the song, which is the main hook of it, where it just kind of changes the note very slightly. Yeah, it just kind of goes up a little more, just slightly different, just to keep the feel up and it doesn't feel too repetitive. After covering the bass, we're going to go on over to the pads. Two different things going on with the pads here. They're both using the SEM again. SEM kind of carries a lot of different unique sounds in there, so I'm kind of using it for this one. Preset is Early Riser, which sounds a little similar to what you guys heard in the little demo. And those two notes are kind of being played throughout the whole entirety of the song, and it's being complemented with the Imposter plugin, another one that you guys can get, and which looks like this guy. Preset Frosted Romance. Sounds pretty cool. It might name a song Frosted Romance, but it's kind of playing this guy. just to kind of give it a little more of a pad, so it kind of sounds like a delay. After taking care of the pads, we can now go on over to the drums. Not too much going on with the drums. I have gummies here to help me focus. So in the beginning of the drums, sorry this isn't professional, I'm not very much of a professional YouTuber. So at the beginning of the drums, I have it starting out with some hi-hats, which the patterns sound like this. It's very offbeat, so it's very dark wavy. Yeah, and then during the chorus, it also changes up a bit, where it does triplets and doubles. So it sounds like this. And with the drum patterns and the kick and the snare pattern, it actually kind of brings it more to life. It just has a little bit of doubles kick to go on and the triple kicks to go on top of the doubles and triples of the hi-hats. And it just kind of makes it come together, you know? Yeah, it's very bouncy, especially when you put a filter on it and a bit of EQing to bring out the lowers. With the kick, you don't really want a big fat kick. You kind of want something that's a little poppy, make a little boom sound, you know? The important part to keep the drums alive in the song, I would say, are the little fills. I have a couple of sound effects here, such as like a delayed clap and as well as like a riser, and together they could just kind of take up room and make it feel a little more alive. Yeah, and the clap also happens here and there to make sure that it, you know, it's being spaceful and something is always happening. Especially if there are no vocals in the song, you kind of want to add things to take up space, because usually with a singer you want to leave room for the vocals so that they can sit well within the mix. But since I can't sing and I don't know any singers, I just kind of do a little bit of this and a little bit of that to take up room in the mix. After taking care of the drums, we're going to go over and hop into the arpeggiators. So I threw the arpeggiators and fillers into the same category because it doesn't really count as a lead, as it's kind of just, I apologize for that, I live next to a highway. So as I was saying, I don't really consider them leads because they're just tiny and they're just there to take up room, and they're not really there to capture the hook of the song. So getting into it, you guys heard the ARP. It's being layered, of course, just to make it sound a little more alive. First part is actually coming through the ARP Odyssey. Sadly, not one of the plugins that involves a code, but if you guys want to kind of find something very similar, the Oddity 3, which is one of the plugins that is in the giveaway, is actually very similar to this, and I'm pretty sure you guys can achieve the same sound. So with this guy going on, I kind of have it with a little popcorn type of sound into it when it's being complemented with the second ARP Odyssey. I think it's the same preset. I was wrong. It's the basic ARP, and it's just pan to the left, and it's just kind of playing really reverb up in there. Same kind of thing going on, but there is a Valhalla Vintage on here, and it's the default. I just brought down the decay. First layer, we just have a chorus going on. I think it's the second. I was wrong. It's the first chorus right here going on. A little bit of the wet knob. I have two choruses stacked. I have no idea why I have two choruses stacked, to be honest. During the verse of the song, since I don't have a singer, I have these guys being played as well to take up room, of course. They just kind of sound like this. I like that. It kind of sounded like horns or a trumpet being played, and I thought it kind of fit the song pretty well. So I was like, why not? Cheesy synth brass is going on with the AX73. Not on the list, but it's a great one if you guys can get your hands on it. There's a chorus on here, of course, and the Valhalla Vintage Reverb default setting going on, as you guys can see right here. During the bridge of it, you kind of want to build tension. So that's where I have these guys coming into play. I'll play it for you guys first. I'm while that's being played, I have these guys coming up. These are both being played by the Podolsky. Free synth. There's a free one here. Free off the internet. You don't need a code or anything. I love it. It's the TAS Acid 2, which sounds like this. So yeah, so that's what's going on with this guy. It's not being panned or anything. So while those guys are being played, bringing up the tension, we can move on over to the chords of the song, which is kind of like the pads, but they're playing chords instead of single notes, if that makes sense. Now for the chords, I don't know a lot of music theory. I can't give you the name of these chords simply because I don't know them myself. I'm sorry. I can tell you the plugin that I'm using is the Podolsky. Again, it's being played. HS Cold Harbor preset. I did turn down the cutoff because it's really high pitched. And for the second layer, it's been raised a whole octave. Same preset as the first layer. It's just raised up higher. That's really all it is. Not a lot of effects going on to the chords themselves. I'm gonna put up a fundraiser to get that highway shut off. After taking care of the chords, we're gonna actually go on and hop over to the guitar. The guitars here, really nothing too crazy. I think it's literally only 4 notes being played repetitively. Double takes, panned differently so that it takes up room. And it's not raised all the way because it kind of sits in the back of the song. And you kind of notice it once you're really closing your eyes. The plugin for it is Amplitude 5. It's the Purple Floyd preset. I did switch it over to the clean channel because automatically it's set to the lead channel, which is really harsh and I didn't like it. But going into the effects part, which is kind of where it carried, it's got a digital delay going on, a hall reverb, nothing too crazy going on with that, and a digital chorus. I wanted to use the guitar chorus since it sounds more authentic than the towel chorus that I've been using on the plugins. And that's really pretty it. For the rest of the video, it's going to be focusing on the leads, which is the final part, which sound like this. For the leads, they're kind of doing the more important part of the Darkwave song that I want to say, as it carries the most kind of like feeling to it. The hook of the song is just 2 layers of 2 things being played at the same time. The OBX for the first layer, which you guys heard, this amazing beast right here. Hollow Leader, for you guys who are getting those codes. It's Hollow Leader preset. I have 3 of them activated just to give it a little more of a punch since it is the lead. And I wanted it to stick out more in the mix. Being followed up with an ARP Odyssey, which is kind of carrying a video game-ish sound. Theremin, of course, which kind of sounds like this one. I did use this one on my last Darkwave song, which was pretty cool. And I just wanted to reuse it and recycle it, just cause, like a little Easter egg. After the hook, I wanted to take up room in the verse, so that it's not super dry and empty. As you guys can kind of see, it's just the bass, drums, and this lead being played, which is still by the OBX. I know the preset has changed. The preset is Ghostly Drifter, for those of you who are following along, which kind of sounds like this. If you guys are having trouble finding little fills with leads for any verses or bridges, I just kind of took the main part right here, which probably looks a little complicated, but I took the root notes of this, which would be this one, the G4 and the B3, stretched them out and raised the attack so they become more of a pad. And it kind of makes it sound a little more, open. For the verse that's being raised up to the bridge, it has the same pattern as the ARPs, just being followed up with these guys. It's the same OBX, same preset. Yeah, I think it sounds pretty well. It's not too sharp on it, but it kind of, fills it in. So I hope that's wrapped up this video, and it's been definitely higher quality than the last video, because I know the quality was a bit of an issue with the first one, but I hope this one has really provided you guys and helped you out with what you were trying to achieve and create. And I want to say that I appreciate every one of you guys who like the videos, view the videos, and even subscribe. It really makes this journey impossible without you guys. So you guys are the ones that's kind of really fueling all of this. Don't forget about the codes. I really want to gift you guys. So that's a banana juice. I'll put it on the screen or in the description. I'll be waiting for you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the song as much as you guys enjoyed the plugins. So thank you.